So what do we do about trolls? If you're a creator on the internet, this is a big deal. We have to figure out what to do. When you retweet someone with a small following account and you're a big account, you will draw attention to that account. That boosts their viewership, and if they're a troll, it encourages them to troll. So I had a really interesting discussion here in a Twitter thread, kind of a little mini debate with somebody who has a smaller account, not a tiny account, but a smaller account. Here's what I said. So Jeremy retweets this guy, and I say, don't sweat the small stuff, Jeremy. Your quote repost to your 300,000 followers totally elevates his visibility by 300,000%. Now this guy comments, this other guy, this always annoys me. Not Jeremy's retweet for a low follower account. People like you, me, placing so much value on the follower accounts that you act like certain people can't interact with one another as if it's some sort of caste system. And I replied, that's really not my point, friend. Everyone should and comment freely on Twitter. But there is such a thing as a troll who don't provide relevant feedback and only spout vitriol, lies, and insults. But when a creator with such size as Jeremy actually retweets a troll, it boosts and encourages the troll. And I said, especially those who have tiny accounts, they have no traction, and a retweet from that account with 300,000 followers boosts their visibility, account visibility. If this is a non-troll, it's no problem, but it makes zero sense to boost a troll's visibility. And he said, all you did was repeat what I said with words. Your caste system is trolls and normies. No, that's not what I'm saying. And I get what you're saying. I just don't agree with it in the slightest. Who decides who is a troll? You. That's like saying something is hate speech. Interesting argument. Here's my reply. No, bro. The creator decides for themselves. Jeremy's comment clearly shows the things that he thinks the guy qualifies as a troll. My personal definition or my criteria is that a troll is someone who, number one, does not provide an argument. Number two, does not cite a source. And number three, attacks the person, not the ideas. And he says, cool story. This is Twitter, a place for conversations, not structured English class. I get that response frequently when I come up with actually a logical criteria. They're like, this is an English class. We should be trying to elevate the conversation and bring things to a more civil understanding. We shouldn't just act like we're 2-year-olds in a sandbox throwing sand at each other. And pointing out an account size as an effort to discredit someone is weak, not to mention arbitrarily deciding who should be interacting with. I did not say that size of an account disqualifies them if they made an argument, they cited a source, or they criticized an idea. This simply means that if someone is not fair, honest, or truthful in their commentary and they have a small account, it makes no sense to bring attention to them. He said, yes, you've listed your criteria for what makes it okay to interact with someone. Again, I disagree. I said, cool. Curious, what's your definition of a troll? Now, funny enough, he said, I agree, that could possibly be troll. But he says, the thing is, you don't know. What if he was there? What if the retweeted opened up in a line of dialogue where he learned more about the situation? His account size means precisely nothing in this situation, the same as whether or not I believe it is a troll. It does. When you are retweeting and you have a larger account, if you do not, number one, if you think something is errant in someone's view, and they have a small account, they've got no traction in and of themselves, don't bring attention to them. It makes no sense to bring attention to them. That's all I'm saying. Not that they shouldn't have their right to comment. And that's what I said. But the point is, when you have to make a choice as a larger creator, you can't, number one, you can't reply to everybody. And that's just a reality of life. You're not going to be able to reply to thousands of people. So you have to choose who you're going to reply to. And if you're going to reply to someone, why would you reply to someone who not only is so inaccurate, but no one's listening to their opinion in the first place? And then you're going to not only reply to them, but then you're going to retweet them, as in you're going to bring more attention to someone who is in obscurity, who has some bizarre viewpoint. It makes no sense. Now, the question is, what is the definition of a troll? And this is what I'm going to apply here momentarily. A troll is not someone who's like, that's their identity. It's like lying. Someone who is a liar is someone whose life is characterized or marked by lying, right? That is who they are. That is a part of their identity because they do it so often. It becomes part of their identity. But someone who lies is in that moment does not speak the truth. The same as a troll. An individual can troll, verb, in that they haven't provided what I believe defines a troll, either an argument, a piece of evidence, or simply attacks the idea with some reasoning, but not the person. And if you haven't done that, you've trolled. Verb, not noun. I'm not labeling this person particularly as troll permanent status. That's who their entire account is. It might be the case that enough repeated interactions with this individual shows that they're trollish. So the question is, what do? The question is, you do not respond. You let other people respond to those people if they choose to, but if they've got no following, they're not going to get a whole lot of views. That's good for you, right? It's good for you to not respond to trolls who aren't going to have a discussion. But this is an important thing for all digital creators in the 21st century, whether you're a business person deciding whether or not to comment on something versus a larger actual digital creator or even a news organization. You have to choose wisely who you reply to in terms of depth. Now, you can reply to everybody just simply for the algorithm's sake and say, thanks for your opinion. And then they'll leave it at that. And that's usually what you want to do, is reply based on the algorithm so that it helps the algorithm get more traction, because that's what it's looking for. It's looking for you to reply. Do that, but don't get involved or engaged in discussion when it's, number one, someone who hasn't provided a true critique, some evidence for their opinion, or is attacking you as a person. Don't reply to those people. But if you're going to reply for the sake of your algorithm, just say, thank you for your opinion and move on. Tune in again next time. I'm Cody Adams for Storyscape Design.